What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I know it's been a couple of weeks since we last uploaded because our camera charger broke, so there's no way to charge our battery, so we couldn't upload. But now that we got a new one, we can finally upload again. And today, just some basic maintenance on the STI. Since we moved in, we actually haven't gotten an oil change since we've been barely driving the car. But it's time for an oil change, and I'm so excited, even though it's just an oil change. But I'm excited because I get to do it on my own without having to take it to a shop. And when we were living in a condo, that was just not possible. So now that we have our own space and the tools that we can do our own maintenance, I'm really excited, even for this beater, to be able to do oil changes by ourselves. It's going to be a big deal, at least for us. So if you have actually never done an oil change on your STI, hopefully this video helps, because technically this is my first DIY oil change on this car since we've never had a chance to. By the way, as we always say, we really appreciate each and every single one of your support, by liking, by commenting, by subscribing, by sending us encouraging words, enjoying our content. So we really appreciate that. If you do us a favor, support us. If this is your first time watching, that would be amazing. We would be continuing to make quality content for you guys. In terms of oil, we're going to be using the Motul 5W40 and not the 5W30 as it says on the oil cap, because I would prefer a little bit thicker oil, especially with these motors that burn a little bit more oil than usual. Thicker helps, and we don't live in a climate cold enough to need to run thinner oil anyway, so I'm gonna stick with 540. And then we got the OEM oil filter. One thing with the oil filter though, if you're not too concerned about your factory warranty, just in case, go with the Mazda Roki oil filter, because it's actually slightly longer and it's better quality. Now, Subaru actually used to use these oil filters on the EJs, but I guess over time they moved towards these ones that are a little bit smaller and a little bit cheaper in quality. This one's made in USA. The Roki ones are made in Japan, so you can run those on your car. It's just that if you're worried about, you know, God forbid something happens and you need the warranty, Subaru can technically deny that. So I would run it, but for now I'm gonna stick with this one just in case, because it's not the end of the world. Step one, take the under tray out. Pretty simple. If you just go around the tray, you're gonna see the points where it's actually attached to the car. There's 3 of these bolts. There's one more at the back that goes in here. 1, 2, 1 at the back there. So 3. And then you got a whole bunch of plastic clips. You got 1 here, and I think 1 somewhere else here. You'll be able to find it on both sides. And then at the end, you got 2 of these clips that kind of keep it in place. And once you pop all of these out, you can just wiggle it and the under tray will come down. So now we got everything exposed, and we can go ahead and do the oil change. Oil drain plug is right there, and the oil filter is right there. I actually haven't seen what it looks like underneath. From an oil change perspective, I also don't know what oil filter that the shops have been using, so it's good to know. I will also add that these bolts that attach to the under tray are 12 mil, and the drain plug itself is a 17 mil. So we got a 17 mil right here to take it off. Before we start, I always need, well, that was, couldn't make it as dramatic as I wanted to. I thought they were gonna snap back, but it's okay. Let it drip for maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and then we move on. Right here, the drain bolt. I don't know why I let go of it. I had it literally in my hand and I dropped it in here. While that finishes dripping, I'm gonna move on to the oil filter. Now I know this isn't the best thing to use for the oil filter. I would prefer to use like a plastic cup. There's the trick where you can use the those party drinking cups where you can, you know, unscrew it and the oil will just drip into the cup, but we don't have any, so I am going to use a plate. Hopefully the shop that did this didn't put it on too tight. Okay, not too bad. As you can see, quite a decent amount of oil that drips from the filter. Before we put the drain plug back in, I'm gonna replace the gasket just in case. There we go. And put this one on. And we're good to go. One good thing to do is just put a little bit of oil in the filter and also around the edges just for some lubrication. Pretty dirty. Good thing is upon inspection, I didn't see any metal flakes dripping from the oil earlier, so that's a good sign. But when I do pour it back into the jug, I will double check. But drain plug is back on, oil filter is on. Last, just to top up with oil. Let the car run for a few minutes, make sure there's no leaks or anything. Dang, she sounds good. Always love a good cold start. She is nice and healthy. Time to put the under tray back on, and then we'll be good to go. We are all done. I know most of you probably already know how to do an oil change, but just in case there's some of you that don't or haven't done it yet on your STI, I mean, oil changes, the process is pretty simple across any car. So if you haven't done it yet, hopefully this helps a little bit or gives you a little nudge just to do it, because for me, honestly, to be able to do basic maintenance on our car here right at home is such a blessing. And it just made me realize, like, sometimes it's just the little things that count. It's not about being able to build a full car in a garage, but it's just being able to do little things right here at home instead of needing to take it to a shop. That's been a big deal for us, so I'm really grateful. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. As always, if you appreciate our content, we would love for you to support us on our journey and the journey for this. But until next time, we'll catch you on the next one.